doing, but I'm looking forward all the same to the fact.
Bring it back. Bring it out.
Shadow,
Yep,
sci-fi
okay.
original. Dun, dun, dun. I would like to take a moment to thank the fine people in the control room. Ladies and gentlemen, let them see your beautiful selves.
Reveal.
Reveal. There we are.
We can't see you now.
Can't see you. That would be John Blackwell and Ben Robinson in the control room, hiding behind us.
Otherwise known as the sci-fi original. That's
Yes.
what they are.
Why are my ears wiggling?
Yes. The miracle of blue screen. Okay. J.J. Abrams
Oh, no.
taking the
Not me.
No.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, J.J. Jackson,
Hello.
who is not J.J. Abrams.
No, not really.
J.J. Abrams took the credibility that he had, having been successful at everything he's done so far, and went to Paramount and said, "Give me Star Trek." And I mean, they're redoing the original Star
From
Trek.
square one, they're redoing.
Yeah,
I read
they're
this-
recasting Kirk and Spock.
I read a story last night
That's a
about
scary idea.
about-
It is?
Leonard Nimoy is going to be in the next movie,
Yeah.
but William Shatner has been cut out.
He has. That
He's
is
been
true.
shut out, and he was like really hurt
He
by it.
was upset about
He was
that.
upset about it. He's like, I am Star Trek.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I think
Spock.
that's probably why they cut him out.
I am Star Trek, Spock.
That's probably the thing. Is I've heard many stories about how
You're
he's
fired,
difficult to
Scotty.
work with.
Well,
Dun-dun.
I actually heard him speak once. He was very good as a speaker.
No, well, I mean, he can.
He's a flaky
speaker.
guy,
Okay,
and the thing is I heard an interview with him one time where he's just like talking about conventions and how people were. Wow.
You couldn't give me more hair. Just a bit more hair. Jeez. Anyway.
We're talking about how the people at conventions are freaks.
Yes.
And all this, that, and the other thing, and
Well.
how he dreads the concept of stuff. And I'm like, you know what? You made how many millions of dollars off of being literally worse than some B-rate actors? You should kiss their feet. I'm sorry, but I think that's ungrateful.
I will kiss your feet.
I mean,
You do
Scotty.
the worst Shatner impersonation.
Really? I am. No, I'm not.
Well, that said, I'm not sure what you could do with William Shatner in the next movie. Like, if you put Leonard Nimoy in it, you can have Leonard Nimoy.
Have him as the guy in the chair with the little beeps.
No. Klingon. No.
That's it. Beep,
Shatner
beep,
as a
beep,
Klingon.
Ironically,
That'd be great.
that you're talking about Christopher Pike, and
Yeah.
ironically, they're going to put him in it. Though it's before he ended up in the beeping
Yes.
chair.
See, no, that's what I'm saying. The beeping chair for Christopher Pike, but played by William Shatner, that's a perfect role for him. You can't screw up the movie at that
Oh,
point.
he can't
Well,
even say anything.
Oh, he could.
Beep,
Beep. No, it would,
beep, beep, beep.
yeah, the beeps would be very irregular.
So you-
And I wanted to say the saying that I love Kirk as a character. It's great, just all sorts of fun, like classic manly swaggering with a ray gun space captain.
Although
love that
I would
kind of
not be his
character.
friend.
Why not?
Because if you notice, half the red shirts are like people he knows.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to
Red
be
shirts?
close to Kirk in personal life.
Red shirts, my God, red
That's-
shirts. The random guy who dies every
Oh,
episode. The guy
the
wearing the
red-
red shirt. Yeah.
I
yeah,
didn't know
there's
he-
always
I
this,
didn't know they had a
you
red-
did
I'm
notice
not
there
that-
was always that personal sense of
The
camaraderie.
expendable members. Of
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's always like, it's like, Rodolphson. Yes, it was really good going out drinking with you tonight. Now, would you mind going ahead of me?
Or he's always said, I helped him through the academy whenever someone gets vaporized.
Yeah, exactly.
It's amazing how many dead people Kirk helped through the
Yeah.
academy. You guys know about the writer's strike coming up?
No.
Oh,
Heard
yeah.
a little bit about it.
Hollywood writer's strike is pretty much a certainty now, which means that for the next year, reality
It's
television,
Your chance.
all reality television, and game shows and things you don't need writers for.
How is this going to change things at all?
Oh, good point.
They're not going to even try. They're not going to get a semblance of drama.
Oh, darn, I could see certain
might get
gems
better.
like his 2.5 Men being on, a little hiatus. Oh, no.
Ooh.
We're going to be having the most smartest grocery store clerk, stuff like that, which would be interesting.
Shopping for
Or
cars.
maybe they could just get new writers.
No.
No, that would not work either, because
Writer scabs.
Exactly. Do you know how unionized writers are in Hollywood?
No, I didn't.
The Writers Guild, the
They'll
Screenwriters
look
Guild.
outside of Hollywood. That's your big chance.
Well, yes, but you have to get shown in Hollywood. And if you hire scab writers, you don't get union writers to work for you anymore. And while, yes, you could find that great talent, the 99% of other writers that you would need would not work with you anymore.
Some people manage to say screw you to the union system in Hollywood and get away with it,
Some.
but it's very rare. Like George Lucas did it, but I mean
Yeah.
he's freaking George
Yes,
Lucas.
and he didn't do it at the beginning.
And he didn't. No, he actually did it after a whole bunch of people in Hollywood, and he just didn't get along all that well.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, he's George Lucas, so.
He has his own hells to work with.
Small minions.
No, I
How about Mel Gibson? Didn't he say "screw you, Hollywood"?
Yes, but he also said "screw you, sanity," which kind of
Yeah,
hand in hand
yeah,
with that
you know,
He also said, screw you screw you sugar female memory glands, but we won't go into that.
yes,
What?
yes.
Chips.
Chips.
Oh,
When he got pulled over and
oh yeah, yeah,
was
yeah,
ranting
yeah,
about the
okay.
Jews and all
I
that.
love that
Yes.
word. I mean, I've never heard that insult before in my life, but I really do like it.
Wow, how blasted would you have to be to say something like that?
That's the only thing they can make out.
I heard a comedian say that. Yeah, he says Mel Gibson got drunk and ran smack into Jewtown, didn't he?
They are talking about doing Mad Max 4.
Hey, he needs it.
Mel Gibson won't be in it. But they are talking about doing.
He'll be the dude that was run over in the beginning, right?
I'm trying to think. How can
Yes,
you
sir,
do?
Mel Gibson.
Well, they approached him, but he didn't want to do it again.
Oh.
He's too old to play Mad Max.
Well, you know what? If they go ahead and just like roll it to another 20 years after the apocalypse, theoretically you could.
Yeah.
Well, but I think
Harrison
Diaz-
Ford's too old to be playing Indiana Jones, and that's not.
But
stopping
he's
him.
doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I have the
wheelchair.
impression that they're going to set it like in the 50s instead of the
With
30s.
a cane.
Yeah. But the thing is,
No.
Like a little
Harrison
ball.
Ford isn't actually made of flesh. He's more of a leather being, so he doesn't actually age all that much. But I think the idea is to get some younger guy to either play the young Mad Max or the son of Max. That's the idea.
Son of Max.
I definitely don't want Son of Max.
I'm dizzy now.
He is Harrison Ford.
Dun 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 dun.
When are we gonna have the Estonian report?
Yeah, let's do an Estonian
Okay.
report.
All right.
You want to get jiggy with it. Okay, the Estonian report. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, J.J. Jackson, radical Estonian nationalist. And he is going to once again edify us about Estonia a little bit, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
And a little bit about crazy Russia. All right, the first story. Estonia. Welcome to Estonia. Yay.
Right?
Estonia breaks into the globalization top 10. Estonia has been ranked as the world's 10th most globalized nation. Round of applause. Yay. All right. That's because trade and investment flows, volume of international telephone calls, internet usage, and international organizations that Estonia belongs to. Yes. Out of 72 countries ranked in the 2007 Globalization Index, which accounts for 97% of the world's gross domestic product, that's Estonia. Estonia now qualifies as the first Baltic tiger.
Baltic.
Okay, first Baltic tiger. That's not a very tigery sound, I have to say.
Watch out for these claws.
Yeah, it's,
Watch out for the claws.
we are talking about an Estonian tiger.
Anyway,
That's
it's a cat.
the Estonian tiger.
That's gonna come back to haunt you. I'm just telling you, I can see it.
Well, every time I come into your
Exactly.
cat,
Every time you walk in the door, I'm gonna go. Oh, there they go.
Okay. Estonia has no corporate income tax. That's good for your business.
Oh yes, because I'm such a massive corporation.
That's right.
I am moving my interest to Estonia. Thank you.
Do it. Do it now. Actually, they have very good coffee houses.
I
there. You
have a
could
question
join.
about Estonia.
Go ahead.
What alphabet do they use?
They use our alphabet.
They do not
The
use
Latin.
Cyrillic.
No,
Okay.
that's Russia.
Okay,
It's not Estonia.
just making sure.
Okay. The World Bank ranks Estonia 17th among 175 economies in the ease of doing business and the 6th in ease of trade. See,
That's
in
pretty cool.
business.
That is actually.
Yes. The country is dubbed Estonia, because of its technological savvy. It's the most technological advanced country on the world, on the planet. That's right.
I'm sure the Japanese might argue that.
Japanese
And they
whole.
might send in the military-grade big robots to argue.
Well, Estonians, they can bring down like whatever.
We want to hear about Russia.
Anyway, I'm not finished with this one.
I'll finish with that.
The government declared internet. This is a really cool deal. This year, this is the first government ever. The government declared internet access a fundamental human right this past March.
Right on.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that just sounds
Okay.
like a
Right on.
lot of.
It held the world's first general election using e-voting over the web. And
I so don't trust that.
we talked about last week about the first voting via the cell phone, the next election.
Yeah, I so don't trust that.
What?
Okay. Okay. Real quick,
Yeah.
when you're running for politics in Estonia and you find out that the competing political party has put in an order for 250,000 cell phones, worry.
There are safeguards.
I don't trust any.
Anyway, top 10 globalized countries. I'm losing my voice too. Singapore, number 1. Number 2, Hong Kong. Number 3, the Netherlands. Number 4, Switzerland. Number 5, Ireland. Number 6, Denmark. Number 7, United States. Number 8, Canada. Number 9, Jordan. And number 10, people,
Can we guess?
Estonia! Okay, that's the first little report. Ouch. Okay, the second one. This is about the Latvian ambassador to Estonia. We had a we had a story last week about the drunk driver of Tartu, who's blind.
Ah, yes.
Drunk
yes.
driver of Tartu.
He's blind. A blind driver. This one,
Watch out for the long one.
ambassador caught drunk driving. That's the Latvian ambassador. Latvian ambassador Richard Mušins at the wheel of a car driving down the wrong way of a one-way street.
They don't place very high priority on the ambassadors they send to Estonia, do they?
But officer, I was only going one way.
Diplomats are, according to the Vienna Convention, diplomats are given immunity from prosecution, so they can do anything with the guy. And so, get your, the police unit they had to call the embassy, basically. What are you doing, John?
So this man worked for the embassy.
He was the ambassador,
He worked,
Ambassador Bob.
and he worked at the embassy. Is that right?
He was the ambassador.
So if he worked for the embassy, does that make him an imbecile?
Yes, it does.
This one. Okay. They had to call the embassy security detail to come and pick up the ambassador, imbecile. Anyway, the only measure authorities could take was to inform the foreign ministry, which sent an official note to the Latvian foreign ministry in Riga, Latvia. That was the only thing they could do.
He was a bad ambassador.
Yeah, driving drunk
So
on a
what-
one-way street.
So that's all they could do.
That's all they could do.
Okay.
Because
Is that
of
the
the,
punchline?
I guess it is. That's them just reporting what happens in Estonia.
Hey, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
JJ
cool.
reports you decide.
Okay, this is the next one. The next one's about the chilling.
If you feel that Latvia has been unfairly maligned here, come on the Matt Howard Show and defend Latvia's good name.
Latvia's good.
Yes.
I like Latvia, but there's the Livonians are stuck in Latvia.
Livonians?
Yeah.
Who are the Livonians?
There are just a few people left to speak a Livonian. One time there were more
Livonians?
Oh,
Livonians.
I've heard about that. It's a dying language
Yeah.
entirely.
There's only about a dozen Livonians that speak Livonian, and I'd like to learn it one day. You know.
Well, better.
I'd hurry up.
Yeah.
Quick. Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. One time there were more Livonians than Estonians, and Latvians. Latgals, or what you want to call them.
Is there some cultural reason for this that they do not breed?
No,
They are all very
I
ugly.
read about the history, and they were caught between a rock and a hard place, and they got the short end of the stick, basically.
Very short. end of the
Very,
stick,
very,
sounds
very
like.
short end of
Getting
the
shorter.
stick. Okay, the last story about Russia's chessboard killer. This one's chilling. Very
Oh
chilling.
yeah, this guy. I heard about this guy.
Yeah.
Do you have some like lightning bolts to go behind them? Or something?
Alexander Pichushkin
Probably.
was found guilty of 48 murders. 48 murders. In the courtroom Thursday, he declared that he was almost God with the power to decide who would live or who would die. He killed 60 people during a 5-year killing spree. They only found evidence to charge him 48. He said he didn't break any laws because he was above the law.
And the reason he's called the chessboard killer is reportedly he wanted to kill 64 people
Yes.
so they have enough to play chess.
That's
one
what
for each side. However, there is some disagreement about that. He said later that that was not true, that he
Really?
would not stop killing if he had been
Yeah,
caught.
totally. I was thinking about that last night.
Yeah.
What's to stop him for thinking, I need that extra chessboard just in
Yeah.
case
To
I'm...
give to a friend.
Yes, totally.
Or it's time to play Risk.
Actually, his first murder was his best friend.
Wow.
Because that's where he got the idea for the chessboard, because they're playing chess when he killed him. Or something like that.
This is human chessboard. Okay, I'm gonna kill you now.
Yeah, let's use your...
I would think.
Again, if you feel Russian serial killers have been unfairly maligned on the Matt Howard Show, come on down and defend their good name.
Yeah, anyway, he said he didn't break any laws because he was above the law. He said he never took anything from anyone except the most precious and valuable thing, their lives.
Oh, that's nothing then.
Yeah, he promised people, how he did this, how he killed everybody, was he promised people vodka to lure them to their death. So he's like, plus he said, oh, my dog died, so come on down to the park and we'll have some vodka to get together, and, I'm really feeling, bad that my dog died.
So remember,
So,
if
you know,
someone says your dog dies, kill immediately. Don't take a chance.
So anyway, is the Russia's chessboard killer, but this kind of like shows me the whole psyche of the whole of Russia.
Stop.
It does.
Stop.
It does. They are above the law.
What's your opinion on Kasparov?
Yes,
Who?
Gary Kasparov.
Hey, he's cool.
He's cool, yes.
I don't,
Cool
but
Russian.
I don't know how many people he would kill though to get
Although he did write a book, a self-help book.
on killing people that make chessboards.
No, chess for life.
Ooh.
Like using chess strategies to succeed in life.
Okay.
It was an interesting idea, I thought.
Okay. So that's my Estonian moment.
Yes.
Thank you.
Pretty good. What is this like? I'm trying to figure this out.
Oh, that's from up
So,
there. It's
You have been
right.
watching the
Aztec
Estonian moment
filter.
with J.J. Jackson.
The first
Actually,
Baltic
Estonian
tiger.
Baltic tiger.
I'm gonna find a small kitten and give it to you and be like, "This is the Baltic tiger."
Otherwise
I know
known as the
ways.
iguana.
I know ways to get rid of mice in your house.
What's that?
Cat?
Yes, cats. But
Well,
you
yeah.
don't have to keep the cat. All you do, this is what I did in Estonia. I had a little kitten I named it Kadrikas. And so what I did was I made friends with a little Kadrikas and petted it and all that. And then I had mice in my place, and so I thought, okay, I'll bring Kadrikas in for a couple of days. So I brought Kadrikas in for a couple of days and rubbed it all over the pots and pans in the
I'm picturing you just rubbing
Yeah.
the kitten on stuff.
Yeah, rubbed his
Yeah,
face everywhere. And kept it in there for a couple days, rubbed it in the cabinets.
Suddenly, the ASPCA busts through the door and he's dragged away.
Well,
It
there's
was
no,
only a little cat rubbing.
Wow.
there are no.
I
Well,
would
anyway,
avoid telling the general public about your
it
cat rubbing
worked.
habits.
It worked.
This cat has been slightly
I
rubbed.
rubbed the cat everywhere.
Free cat to good home, slightly
Oh.
rubbed.
On the subject of cat torture,
I didn't torture any
did you
cats.
see the video of the little bouncy ball mouse thing attached to the ceiling fan?
What?
Little cat toy
Yeah,
thing
Oh, yeah. That's
attached
so
to a
old.
string to a ceiling
That's
fan.
old.
So the cat jumped for it.
Yeah.
The cat caught it. Yeah. Really, it was
Okay.
like, wow.
Has anybody here seen these new mouse traps that I keep hearing about? They're supposed to be these guilt-free mouse traps.
Guilt-free.
Not kidding. And somebody told me about this. And I
guillotine?
have not seen this. No, it's apparently a small disc that you set down, and there's bait inside. And the mouse comes up, eats the bait, and apparently something triggers, and it spins it to death, falls to the ground, and you pick up the plastic case and throw it out so you don't have to see the dead mouse.
That's
So
not
basically-
guilt-free. That's sadistic.
I think so as well.
That's like torture.
It's spun to death.
apparently.
Now, my
It's
mom,
fun to mouse
my
trap.
mom had a guilt-free mouse trap. It was a metal box about yay big, and the thing is, you put the bait inside the metal box,
Yeah.
and the mouse walked in, but there was like a little lever
It
thing.
never walked out.
Well, it can't walk out. So the thing is, you walks in, then you take it like 2 miles outside your property, and you let it go there.
Or for that matter,
I've
just
seen that
right
used.
next door to the house of somebody you really don't like.
Well, there's that too.
Or if you live in Estonia, I lived in a flat that was like 5 stories up, and there was one mouse in my room one night, and I chased that thing around, went on the balcony, and it jumped off and jumped to its death.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
caused a mouse to commit suicide?
Yes.
There's something wrong with you.
It's better
Let
than
me
that
ask you
little
guys-
spinning.
No, okay, guilt-free mousetrap is a cat, because the cat will do
Rub
the
the
work
cat
for you.
everywhere around the
Okay.
I didn't do it, the cat
I-
did.
exactly.
Rub cat directly on mouse.
Okay, let me put it this way. I
The
have
mouse
a,
can't stand that. The mouse says, I am
I
out
have
of here.
a
I'm not
cat
having
that would
any more
obviously easily kill any mouse that got into the apartment. Because when he was a kitten, I was keeping, or letting him go outside, I should say. He did horrible things to all of the yard critters.
Evil things.
No, I'm seriously, I never found that squirrel's head.
What?
I never
were you
found
looking
the
for
squirrel.
it?
Admittedly, I was not looking for it, but I never did find the squirrel's head.
There's a horror movie
Wow.
set up right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have a cat, and I found this like little chipmunk, and the heart was still beating. I could see the heart.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, you know,
Anyway.
that's like,
Psycho killer.
yeah, now, like, see, I used to have
Cats
two,
are
I
like
used to
that.
have a couple of dachshunds, and I used to have a couple of parakeets.
Oh.
And,
don't know why-
now,
I know
you
where
see,
that's
here's the
going.
thing. Is
and the
only-
dachshunds killed the parakeet.
Yes, which would be completely normal.
Parakeet killed
except
the dachshund.
we had a very, very fat, very, very old dachshund that's belly dragged the ground.
Sausage
Parakeet-
dog.
Now, exactly. The other dachshund was gone for the
Dachshund.
day, so all that was in the so I cleaned the parakeet's cage and set it on the dining room table, which was this far off the ground. In the cage, locked up, no big deal. I come home, and the fat dachshund that whenever it tried to get up on the bed made a sound like just to get up on a bed. Cage is knocked on the floor, feathers everywhere. Bird's dead. Dog ate it. I can't figure out to this day how this really, really, really fat dachshund got up here, knocked the cage off, chased a bird capable of flying around the room, and ate it.
That's a good point.
Motivation, I guess.
I'm guessing so.
Adrenaline.
Freaky mind control powers.
The cat that I was referring to earlier, who was as a half-starved little kitten we just called the little black kitty, so that became his name, and grew up into a huge monster of a cat. Yeah. A bird got into my apartment once, and okay, I'm sitting there at the computer, and my girlfriend Doris says, "Sweetie, there's a bird in the apartment," and I look, and she screams, "Get little black kitty!" And I look, and sure enough, there's a bird flying through my living room. And the human brain is generally not used to the idea of a bird flying through your indoor environment. So the human brain takes a few seconds to process, wow, there really is a bird flying through my living room. There was absolutely none of that pause and lag time in processing in little black kitty's brain. Because I'm like, there is a bird. He jumps into my lap, jumps off my lap, on top of the computer, which is on the desk, launches himself off of that, and snatches the bird out of midair.
Wow.
Like that. It was that quick.
Wow.
No more bird problem.
That
Yeah.
cat should have had like a trophy.
Yeah.
It did. It was the bird.
Yeah, he just had the bird in his mouth, and he's. At which point, I just grabbed him by the scruff of the neck, threw him out in the porch, and like, I'm not gonna watch whatever you're gonna do.
I'm not going to watch your victory
Yeah, because
dance.
he'd already like had it chomped down, So I mean, there was no way I could save the bird. I mean, as soon as that bird got that puncture wound, it
Well,
was dead.
If a bird comes into your living room,
It's
or
asking for
apartment
trouble.
with a cat in there,
It would have had to squeeze through that big an opening, and that big an opening in a window.
Determined
Stupid
bird.
Yeah,
determined and stupid.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a dangerous combination.
Yeah.
Haven't we seen that in many places on Earth?
Ooh.
Determined, stupid people.
Ooh. Are we going into a political moment?
No, no. I was actually waiting. I was actually baiting you to ask the question, and then I'm going to be like, no.
No. Not today. Anyway.
I was thinking it.
Yeah.
Thinking it because I mean that is a good opening for any discussion in politics, talking about determination and stupidity. And it must be said, there are
Last
many
15
people from
minutes.
many walks of life for whom you could label that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we won't pigeonhole
Yeah.
any one thing is determined and stupid because I've seen it all over the place.
Exactly. But it was just, I thought it was a
There are-
really great segue that I would just kind of retract.
Many
And be like, no.
determined and stupid people in the world.
John.
Yes.
John, could you bring the rest of your body into frame?
It's too much to.
That's better. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I wanted to say that Kadri Koss had a good time in my apartment for 2 days.
And then what happened to him?
Well, I fed it well, and it was in the middle of winter, and then I kicked
Rubbed to death.
I kicked Kadri Koss out.
In the middle of winter.
Cat sausage is a national treat of Estonia.
The truth is,
Slap.
the truth is, he rubbed
Kicked
him
him out in the middle of winter.
out. He rubbed him out.
Wait, okay, no.
rubbed
Seriously,
him
it was the
out.
middle of winter and you threw the cat back out.
Hey, it had a home underneath the flat with all the other cats, and so they were down.
And
there.
had
Okay,
been-
okay.
and
But
had
this
been
cat
well
performed
rubbed.
a service for you.
It did.
He was a
but
mercenary
until it
cat. He
started-
knew the rules of the engagement.
Until it peed and on the floor several times.
You
I was like
know-
getting tired of that.
But you see, you should have realized what you were getting yourself into with the rubbing of the cat. I mean,
He did. That's why I let
not-
it
that's
go.
like not-
I
but
got
you see
rid of the
Let me ask
mice.
you a question. If somebody took you and rubbed you against all their pots and pans for like 2 days on end and then tried to
Rubbed
kick you
them
out
in
into
the,
the
in the
snow,
stove and
yeah,
all
and
that.
then tried to kick you out into the snow, don't
Yeah.
you think you'd take a pee on their floor?
Well, that was before I kicked it out. I had no intention of kicking it out.
Do you think,
But my
cats know
flatmate,
things?
This is turning into a political discussion.
this big, stupid Finnish guy, he couldn't stand the cat, and I was like, look, this is the way we're going to get rid of the mice. And it did.
He just said stupid British guy. This is your
I didn't
chance
say
to
British
pitch
guy,
for-
Finnish.
Finnish. You need to pitch for Finnish people to come on.
Actually, screw Finland.
No, don't screw Finland. Don't screw. They're good people, although they're kind of like a little bit slow and shy. But
Any opinions of Finland expressed on this show are completely, entirely the opinion of the expressee and not necessarily of Matt Howard Live.
I am totally.
Finland, the place where I would quite like to be.
I'm totally down with Finnish people, even though I don't know if I've ever met any.
they have good saunas.
They have good what?
Good saunas.
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 Steam room.
Well, considering how
Well, saunas.
freaking cold it must be in Finland for a lot of the year.
Well, in Estonia, they have saunas.
I would
take
imagine.
sauna twice a week, sometimes.
And they
I
hold
take sauna for everybody. I
So
was in-
these are like on every street corner. They're kind of like a
no,
McDonald's.
no.
So that's reindeer.
I went to my. I stayed with this.
Okay, I see them laughing in there, so obviously they're making fun of us somehow.
What about saunas?
Yes,
don't know.
about saunas.
I don't know. I just saw them pointing and laughing. So
We're rubbing a cat around the studio.
I told you, dude. You're never gonna live that down.
Give us another. We may
Matt.
rub JJ around the studio.
Oh, let's not do that.
They
Matt,
don't have
what
mice
time do you got?
anymore. Anyway, saunas are
it's
great.
5:46. This
I like-
hour's just flying by.
I like to take saunas, but anyway,
Anyway,
saunas.
let me just go ahead and take a moment to get the special thanks all out of the way now. I'm just going to thank everybody. I want to thank Jonathan Zarni, who's walking in here with a
With
basket of candy.
Since this will be your last show before
Don't forget to plug the tea party.
Halloween, trick or treat.
Oh, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
I'm gonna have a.
We will not toilet paper the studio
Oh,
now.
hot diggity.
Excellent, excellent.
Thank you.
I was hoping y'all would go for the suckers. I want to see like suckers in the mouth and do it on the show at the same time.
Yeah. Well,
Get a sugar daddy. Man, I actually tried one of those not too long ago. Have you had a sugar daddy recently?
Not
I like to
recently.
have a sugar
Oh
mama.
my!
But
Yes.
anyway.
Yeah.
Those things are
Sugar
like
mamas.
glue on
Yeah.
a stick. I tried, like literally, you bite down on it, and
Yeah.
God forbid you have fillings, because your teeth stick together for at least like 4 minutes until the rest of your digestive system does its job while it's sitting there waiting.
Okay. You
Okay.
can let go now.
Thank you,
Okay.
Nicole.
John Robinson, thank you for helping in co-hosting the show.
Thank you for
Jamie
having me
Jackson,
on.
thank you for giving us an Estonian update and doing
Sultano.
camera and,
Yeah.
for that matter, getting bands from our dungeon. Matt Hebb,
Yeah.
thank you for coming in here and joining our discussion today, and for that matter, owning a 24-hour coffee shop, which was long overdue being put in this town.
I just like
Especially
to
at
add
3
thank
o'clock
you
in
for
the
being a
morning.
proud sponsor of the Mad Scientist Tea Party. Yes.
Yes. I want to thank the mad scientist we are referring to, who is in the. Is he in the control room? I can't
He's in
see
the
John Black
control.
there. Okay, there we go. Are you there? Okay.
There's his
Well,
hand.
they're not going to show us their faces today, are they? They're just going to hide behind us with the magical blue screen.
There we go.
There we go. I want to thank Ben Robinson for pressing all sorts of buttons.
Press the button.
I want to thank Ben's girlfriend, Megan McKissick, for editing Mount Dungeon, Asheville's underground music show, every Thursday at 11 p.m. And I want to thank my girlfriend, Doris, for giving me all the internet research she does. Whenever I sound informed, it's because of her. I have no idea whatsoever what I'm talking about. I want to thank thisismyband.com for... Yes, thisismyband.com. I want to thank them for providing a venue on the internet for bands to promote themselves. I want to thank Gourmet Perks, a friendly competitor of Matt Hebb's here,
Hoo-ha.
But not at 4 a.m.
Ooh, ah.
and not at 4 a.m.
Yes.
It's very much, I would say it's an apples and oranges sort of comparison, because you guys can't do breakfast, but you guys are always open.
I never actually really wanted to.
Except for
It's
that
odd.
one time I went by there. You were kind of cleaning the place for an hour.
Yes.
Anyway, that happens.
We have closed once or twice for a few hours to clean
Yeah.
the things that can't be
That's-
cleaned when there's customers.
Well,
available
that's
in there.
understandable.
I would like to
And I
point
did
out,
so in the afternoon, not overnight.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out
One
that
time
during
I
the
was by.
power outage we had recently,
We
they were
stayed
open.
open.
Yes.
When
We
was
stayed
power
open.
outage?
It was
Sunday night for
Sunday night.
3.5 hours. We stayed open.
half
I
of
was
A-
sitting
half
on-
of Asheville was out.
I was sitting on my porch when that happened, and all of a sudden there's like this pop and
Hey, we had
How did you brew coffee?
we had just done a brew cycle. We had emergency lighting, and actually, I'm debating getting a generator so that if we have major power outages, that place can stay open.
Do it. Do it.
The idea
Do
is like people like I get these calls. It's always my favorite call. Somebody calls up. What time do you close? And I say,
Never.
we never close.
Sleep is for the weak.
That was the
Yes,
idea.
but you see, they don't finish that saying.
You know, finish.
Sleep is for the weak, so is coherency, mental balance, and employment.
indeed.
Well, employment for
Well, yeah, for
What?
him,
me,
yeah.
totally.
For us, those of us who have to get up in the morning.
Employment for those who want to stay up all night.
But no, it's yeah, we stayed up during that power
I want to
outage.
thank somebody else, actually. I want to go ahead and thank Pat Ash on 105.9
Yes.
for getting
She's a
local
cool
links
Pat
going.
Ash.
Yes, she is. And 105.9, the Mountain is going to start doing actually, they already started doing a local show that is every
Local
Sunday
mix.
at 9 p.m., in which they actually have local talent on a commercial FM station. So you should, if you're going to listen to any commercial radio, you should listen to that.
I'd just like to say one thing. As everyone knows here, because I say it repeatedly, ad nauseum, I am an anarchist. However,
Yes.
I do appreciate the need to treasure our civil rights. And one way of treasuring those civil rights is to express them, because they're unused, they soon disappear. And even if we don't have a particular favorite, we favor one over the other, we should treasure all of them, and we should, whenever possible, express all of them. And just make sure they're all being fully worked out. You'll back me up on this. There was a policeman who came into your establishment recently who said it was not against the law for females to go topless in the city of Asheville.
That is true.
That is true. So, if you value your freedom of speech, if you value your freedom of religion, if you value your civil rights, you must explore all of them.
Oh my God.
Or both of them.
Or both of them. I'm not even, this is not a tillation thing, this is a civil rights issue.
I could feel a disclaimer coming on right
Okay, you know what I'm gonna say.
views
I'm disclaiming.
This is from the police, though.
This is John's
These are the
opinion. This
police.
does not necessarily represent
The police have been wrong in the
opinions
past.
anyone else at URTV whatsoever. Though I'm sure a lot of
now. Are
people
you
are secretly
prepared to set up
thinking
a
it.
legal defense fund for people if the policeman was wrong?
Are you?
I am willing to help engage in a mass protest for it.
Are you? You didn't answer
With,
the
you know,
question.
like water
you see,
buckets.
it's a very typical politician.
Yeah,
here,
you didn't answer
skirting
the
the
question.
I have no money.
John will be willing to examine the evidence.
There you go.
I will help.
Oh,
I will help with all
so
forensic
that's
investigations.
How,
Yes.
how did this question come up in the first place? To the cop?
Because he
Don't
went
ask.
off a John went off a tangent.
I was not involved in that conversation whatsoever. I just overheard it, and I filed away useful information.
Long story.
Long story,
Oh.
but
I'd like to thank Divine Maggie's for coming in today.
yes,
Yes, they
thank,
were
thank Divine.
fabulous. They were
Fabulous.
divine.
Maggies or Maggies?
Maggies.
Oh, by the
Maggies.
way,
Divine Maggies.
just
Divine
as a
Maggies.
matter of note, because you do so much stuff with music here,
Yeah.
we are going to become a music venue.
Ah, yes.
Tell us
And-
more.
Yes.
Well, on Wednesday, Halloween, we're gonna have, along with that big costume contest, we're doing the And Only Then, and Kings of Prussia are gonna play at the shop.
Is there room for Kings of Prussia?
There
to
is
set up in
in
there?
It takes
the-
Kings of
in the
Prussia
parking lot,
5
there sure
hours
is.
to set up.
Front-
okay.
Good thing you
So
guys are
right
open
in that little
24/7.
corner?
We're using the parking lot.
Okay, are
because
you
none
gonna
of
have like a tarp or something?
We're gonna have I am not
in
the one,
case
the
of,
details man. I am just the aware of it.
Front or
Okay.
back?
Rain or snow?
In front,
Oh.
and that's our parking lot. The one in the back is not.
All right, that's true.
Even though we always park there.
Yeah, just don't do so. Now she had me put a sign up not to park there before 6 p.m.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
Unless
anyway,
you're a
long story
customer.
short, then we're gonna do a punk fest in November 11th, an outdoor punk festival.
Oh,
With
right.
a lot of bands, many of which are from like Charlotte, Salisbury, that area out there.
Name a few of
And
them.
you also have the
I don't have a list in front of me,
Okay.
but I'm telling you guys to just kind of stay abreast of it. There's going to be a whole bunch of stuff, and we're
you also have the open mic night on Tuesdays, don't you?
open mic on Tuesdays, but we're also doing. We're going to try to be booking some metal bands, and we've been talking to a few very well-known ones. Very, very well-known ones that could potentially come in towards the beginning of the year.
Dawkin?
Wasp. No.
Dawkins. Oh God, no! You didn't even say that. You know.
I have
oh.
heard good things about the band
Crocus.
Colossus.
So have I,
Classics.
actually. Yes.
Lion shaped fist?
I'm not the booking agent. He's encouraged me to not speak to bands until they're confirmed. Speak about bands
Yeah,
until they're confirmed.
totally.
Metallica.
Wait,
That said,
what's the name of?
I keep hearing good things about Colossus. You should get them on in 08.
I'm thinking of another band.
Hmm?
I'm thinking of another band, but I can't say it right now.
That's fine. But you know what? I keep hearing people.
Colossus. Well, the thing is, they don't live in Asheville. They live in Raleigh.
They come
and
through here quite a bit.
The thing is, they tried to be on the last time, and it was just scheduling was bad if you live in another town, So, I've got another idea.
Yeah, but I mean, don't give up on the idea.
Oh, I'm not gonna give up. But
Oh, by the way, speaking of films, are you either of you guys a Nightmare Before Christmas fan?
I enjoyed the movie.
it's
I heard
nice.
this was really good. The 3D,
The 3D version of it.
I'm
Yeah.
planning on going to see that, but we're gonna chuck the projector up and display it on the wall outside after the band plays. We're gonna
Yeah.
play the movie, and then we're gonna do the contest. So that would be fun. for you guys.
Sweet,
Nice.
sweet,
Very nice,
sweet.
very nice.
Very cool.
Another piece of entertainment.
Entertainment is
Asheville
good.
is the entertainment capital of Western North Carolina.
Admittedly, that's not very hard to do, but we do it in style
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, be glad Dollywood's in Tennessee.
It was
a big
us
one
or
there.
Weaverville. One of the,
I know.
Weaverville. Don't talk about Weaverville.
they got the all night
I love Weaverville.
laundromats, and we got the entertainment.
Oh, this is true. I do remember that. You know, it's odd. All the all-night laundromats are not in Asheville.
Where are
One's in Swannanoa, one's in Weaverville.
Yeah, that's right.
I've driven to the one in Weaverville before.
I've been to the one in Swannanoa.
Yeah, I mean, really, I don't know why somebody doesn't put an all-night laundromat in the heart of Asheville.
There was one or two at some point, but then they've stopped doing it, and I tend to think it's because of sleeping hobos. and having to keep an attendant there.
Well,
Yeah.
that could be an element,
Because
or
part
even
of the laundromat philosophy of 24 hours is the idea that it could be unattended, henceforth
Mhm.
low overhead.
What,
Yeah.
there are no 24-hour ones?
Not in the city.
Not in the, what's that
But
one? in
the
The metro
Asheville?
area there is, but not in the.
Oh.
Which I feel kind of silly saying metro.
the
area.
laundromat that was closest to me, that's now a Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, there isn't even any ones really easily to get to just in the North Asheville area anymore.
Now, I went up to Chicago, and laundromats are a big deal up there. No, like a really, really big deal. Like fancy $30,000 signs, flat panel television sets,
Wow.
all around quarter laundromat.
Huh.
And then they'll compete on prices, so they're all cheap, and you hang out in this like luxurious environment.
The pool tables. And
So,
Some of them do have pool tables.
No
Some of them
way.
serve beer.
no way.
so is this going to be the inspiration for the second business you open?
But no, but it should be inspiration for somebody else. Although I will tell you that would probably be very profitable. I don't sleep as it stands, so I've got my hands full, Matt.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Stand-in?
Hmm?
Are you a stand-in?
Yeah, I'm John Robinson.
No, yeah, it was like, man, dude,
Yeah.
You've
I just did some
did you hit the phone booth or something,
pull-ups.
exercise, right?
Indeed. So how much more time do we have anyway?
What else do we have?
2 minutes, and we're off the air.
2 minutes. What are we gonna do in 2 minutes?
I'm going to take a sip of coffee. That's what I'm going to do.
Fair enough.
You did hear about the blind driver I had on story I talked about last
What?
week. The blind driver of Tartu.
Okay, no.
This dude, twice, he was stopped by the police in Tartu, Estonia. And he was driving while impaired, and he was blind.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll finish your show with an interesting little anecdote.
Okay.
Go for it.
Go for it.
One time I was driving down the road on Patton Avenue, and my ex-girlfriend didn't have a license, so I was trying to tell her different things about the roads. I'm actually a very good driver, but anyway, we're coming upon those lights at the end of the bridge, with the little flashers and the red light. And she goes, "What are those little flashers for?" And I said, "Well, they're to get your attention for one thing, and for two," and I meant to say colorblind people, I said, "They're for blind people, so that they can drive too." And she looked at me a little oddly, and I said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Do they let blind people drive?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course," because I still hadn't caught the fact that I never said colorblind. And about a day or two later, she came back to me and she says, "Matt, are you sure you didn't mean colorblind?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I said." "No, you said blind."